As a guitarist, you've probably noticed there is a huge variety in how people pick the strings. But generally, picking techniques fall into four main categories. Picking from the elbow, from the wrist, from the thumb joints, or with the fingers. On my own learning journey, I tried all of them, along with many variations, and I always hated feeling any muscle strain while playing. It's uncomfortable and hinders creativity. I was constantly experimenting with different techniques, searching for one that felt optimal. I wanted to be relaxed so I could just focus on making music. But finding the right technique wasn't simple. It wasn't just about tweaking my hand position until something clicked. I had to stick with each variation for a while, because your brain needs time to build new neural connections. Only after sticking with one technique for a while could I judge if it has potential or not. On top of that, I needed a technique that could handle many different styles, like tremolo picking, playing with the lower strings ringing or while muting them to prevent unwanted noises, palm muting, arpeggiating chords, playing closer to the neck to have more low end in the tone, or closer to the bridge for higher frequencies. The most frustrating part was discovering something that felt good, only to have it feel weird on a different song. Because of that, I ended up using two specific pieces as my go-to test for any picking technique. The first was Bach's Scherzo in B minor, and the second was the main riff from Cowboys from Hell. These two have one thing in common. They require you to play fast on single strings and also to play fast while moving back and forth between adjacent strings. And that fast switching between strings was the final piece of the puzzle for me, one I only solved relatively recently. From the very beginning, I was very strict about alternate picking. I even enforced it when changing strings. So, if I ended up on a downstroke on a higher string, I would use an upstroke on the lower string. This seemed optimal because it reduces motion, but the drawback is you might accidentally strum both strings. And now that I finally arrived at a technique that feels both versatile and relaxed, I have so much more mental space for creativity. When I look back, it's a little sad to see all those years spent obsessing over the details. But I'm happy I stuck with it. I finally have a technique I don't have to second guess. I just get to polish it and play. Ultimately, remember that what worked for me may not work for you. I could never play downstroke like James Hetfield, but his technique is perfect for him, and that's what counts. It's also perfectly fine to accept your limitations. Often, working within them in your own unique way is what creates something artistically special.